Okay, here we are. There's no feeding the ducks.
I was waiting.
I know you all come here.
I was already dancing. I was prepared.
Yes,
All prepared.
yes. No title cards. No feeding the ducks.
Right to it.
We're just talking about comics. We got comics to show you. We got comics to talk about. We got bonus guests.
Bonus.
A bonus guest. Shawnee is the standard guest.
Yeah,
and we have a bonus
Hello,
guest
Tom.
this weekend or this tonight, whatever. I don't know what's happening. It doesn't matter. None of it matters.
Who's on first? What's on second?
None of it matters. Shawnee, welcome back. This is part 3 of our Big Dog Ink checklist sort and sell extravaganza, I guess. And of course, Allison is here from Oz.
Hello.
Oz extravaganza.
Directly from Oz.
Directly
That's right.
from Oz. Yeah.
Parked her tornado out on the porch.
Yeah. My bubble.
I gotta go to.
Great. I don't even have to take a bubble to work.
There we go. We'll get that in there for people to talk.
Freddie.
Mr. Freddie's here. What's going on, Freddie? Okay, guys. So what we're doing, as we've been doing the past couple of weeks here, is I'm going through all the BDI books to try and make sure that I have one of everything, because I'm not so sure that I do. And the last couple of weeks have proven me right. There are things that are missing. I know some of it is in the primary warehouse. I know that for sure. There's some stuff that is like from Aspen and from Antarctic Press and things like that that are in a separate place that I got to bring in. But there's also some stuff that I know we're missing tonight that we're going to talk about. But those are pieces that I know that we're in what we call the archive mode, which is basically less than 10 copies left. They stay in the warehouse and they don't really come out because we hold on to those for special occasions. Every now and then conventions are like, well, do you have something that we could auction off, put in the auction? Like, yeah, we can pull out an old book and give you guys something cool to auction off. So that's what we do with those, like sort of final 10. And I know some of those are of the books that I need tonight. So I'll go pluck those when it's time. But what we're going to do first is we're going to run through the last batch of Oz from last week, which is going to be 1920, 21, 22, 23, because I didn't have really any of that stuff.
Wow. And you were doing that in 1920?
Yeah.
The flapper version.
I've been really bad about like grown-worthy jokes today, so I apologize.
That's all right. One of my colleagues at work and everything else, he is the epitome of the dag joke king. So yes, I've been enduring that all times. Anyway, back to you, Tom.
I wanted to go through it because I had some pieces. I had a couple of foils here or there, but wanted to give you guys the as complete a checklist as we can. Again, anything that you see tonight, if you need it, if you want it, let me know. I had a couple of people messaging me today about the show tonight, and I was like, "Yep, we're doing it at 8. Come on in. If you want something, let me know. Some of it we'll have, some of it we won't. It'll just depend on what it is, and I'll see what I can do for you. But there's some oddities in here that some people might not even know exist as well. I think they're on your list, Shawnee, but we'll see if they're on. We'll see. We'll see what's going on.
We'll see. It's inquiring minds. Yeah.
So this is 1920. This is when we brought the book back a few years ago. Wrapping up volume 5. We had stopped with 18 in comic shops before we went over to Aspen and started doing stuff with Aspen. So when it was time to bring the book back, we reached out to Carlos Reno, who had been doing the book for 16, 17, 18. And he was like, yeah, let's go. So Carlos came back, did the inside. This is, again, we talked about this before. It's 1920 because it's a double-sized issue. So it's 40 pages. It's issues 19 and 20. But instead of separate, it's one.
Is that
big
the
book.
Ozma?
That's Ozma's little staff, top of her.
No,
staff.
I mean,
yeah,
like inside the.
Oh, yes.
No, I don't want to give spoilers to anyone who has.
No, it's fine. We talk about what's in the books
Okay.
all the time. We don't. If there's a deep spoiler, we try and
Pivot.
work around it. But yes, this is where we start getting into the Ozma story.
Okay.
Very specifically the Ozma story. This is where we have, it's Tip and sort of his resolution, and
Right.
it's where we find out that there's another gun as opposed to just the 4 north, south, east, west. There's a 5th gun that's the Emerald gun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's this. So this whole thing is really like a lot of it's sort of like Critter 25, right? It really culminates a lot of the storylines that were going on
Yeah.
in up until now, including Rome.
Haha, yeah.
But yeah, it's the Emerald City has been risen. They found the Gnome King's prison. They're looking for extra keys. The glass cat shows up. Dorothy and Glinda are chasing Mombi around because they have a sense that she knows what's going on with Tip and Ozma, and then we get sort of that Tip Ozma sort of bit to kind of wrap this thing up and take us into volume 6, which we call the Age of Ozma, which is where she's back. She's sort of the deposed princess because there's nobody. The Gnome King is in charge of the Emerald City, but so that's what we got in this 1920. And then we got a whole bunch of covers, guys. What's up, Scott? How are you? We're talking Oz for the first part of this. Scott, you got any questions? Let me know. You need any of these books? Let me know. Of course, Nia Rufino returns.
Love that one.
She has done something on every issue of Oz, including the omnibus, which is printing. It's on press, I'm told. So,
so it's in process.
we should hopefully have that sometime in April, which was kind of what we had, sort of assumed. It's been a nightmare to put together, to say the least. But I think we, I don't know if we crossed all the T's, but we dotted all the I's. We got that far, and the book is going to be amazing. So Nia Rufino, of course, doing her Glinda cover there. Why are people sending me messages now? Every time I get on the camera, I get Facebook messages. CB Zane, back in the day,
I love that one.
was doing a series of BDI wrestling covers.
The wrestling covers. They're so good.
Scott, if you need trades, I still have 1 through 4 as trades. I don't have much of it. That's why we're doing the omnibus thing. But if you want the original 1 through 4 trades, plus I have volume 5, if you need all of that, just shoot me a message. Not right now. And we'll get you hooked up on a 1 through 5 or whatever it is that you need at the end of the show. Just let me know and we can get you hooked up. Not a problem at all. So there's a series. I think there's 5 of these across all the BDI books. There's this one. There's Antoinette. There is Princesses versus Zombies. There is Scheherazade.
We're always forgetting the 5th one.
There is. Oz, Scheherazade, Princesses versus Zombies, Antoinette.
Is there not a critter one?
There is not a critter one.
No.
Oh, Penny for Your Soul. There's a Penny for Your Soul.
Yeah.
Penny for Your Soul. Yeah, the Money in the Bank issue. Yes, that's the 5. There's 5 of those. I have
This is another cosplay I gotta do.
I have some of those available. If you guys like the wrestling covers, some of them are available. I will tell you that the Princesses versus Zombies one, I don't know that I have any of those. That one is a sideways cover with Cindy and Mrs. White, like in a tag team match against the zombies. And when we take that to horror cons, they just gobble it up. So that one is a little harder than the others. But if you need wrestling covers, let me know. I will see what I have for you.
Is that the one that we're on? I mean, you're on like all.
We're on like all of these, yeah. Like I'm right there.
You're on now, no, but like we were announcers.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. We're on all of them. Yeah, in the background, we are. Yes, that's true. CB, if you look, so when you get these, I'm not going to tell anybody anything other than this.
They're so great.
When you get these, CB has filled the audience with Easter eggs, just all kinds of stuff. Like I'll just say right there, that's you got the clown from It, like right there, just to give you a general, here we are. But all of them are like that. All 5 of them have various little Easter eggs in them.
So funny.
Mr. Jesse Witchman returns
Yeah.
with his poster sort of homage. This is a loose tribute homage to Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven, the Good Witch, Bad Witch. He did all the little logos and stuff too, but this came out really good. I like this. This is very fun. Then we have good old Prywinko, who I hope she's doing all right over, because she's unfortunately over in the Ukraine area and has been there for, for the totality of what is going on, which is not great. I shoot her a message every now and then just to make sure she's still there. She's still there. She posts some art every now and then, but she's like, yeah, there's no way for me to do anything right now. I was like, it's fine. I'm just checking on you. She's fantastic. When you get her covers and you go in, the detail on all of this is not so cuckoo. Like we talked about Jen Broomall last week with all the stuff that she does, like this denim detail and everything. It's bananas. It is bananas. Yep. So be safe over there.
We miss
love
you.
Your work. Absolutely. Absolutely. We love your work. This is Carl Liversidge, Rolling the Hay. This is he goes by the name Sour Acid online as well, for those that know him by that way. But Carl, this is one of Carl's earlier ones. I think this is like his 3rd cover for us. He did a couple of Penny for Your Soul things, and then he did this one. So good old Carl. We haven't had him around in a while. Have to get him back on some stuff.
That'd be fun. Yep.
Then we have Cale New. I'm really glad we got to sort of get onto his schedule for a while, because it's 0 now. He's doing his own stuff. He is deep in Marvel. He's doing his own creative own work.
Right.
Awesome.
So that's it, folks. We got what we got out of him, and it was all amazing and it was all great. So again, thank you, Cale, for that. Much luck with whatever else you got going on. But this one's great. There is an alternate version of this that was done for our live sales on Facebook. When we did a customer appreciation night, there's a night version. She doesn't have the hat, and this is like the moon back here. So there's an alternate version of that for a different in a different setting, but that exists. So
beautiful.
Now, let me do these first. And then we'll do it that way, because those are the harder ones. So we were also very lucky to get Joe Benitez to do a cover for us. This is the Lady Mechanica creator over at he came from Top Cow back in the day. Did Lady Mechanica on his own, but now it is over at Image Comics. Nia Arfino did the colors on that one. So that is that's one of my really happy. And what's funny is Joe was the last guy to draw before I was publishing. I had my characters, Critter specifically, and instead of going and getting like Wonder Woman sketches and stuff, I started to have these guys draw my characters, Critter specifically. So I was at San Diego Comic-Con. We met Joe. Joe did a Critter sketch for me, and that was the last sketch that I got for a number of years before I started paying these guys to actually make me covers. I was like, well, I'm not gonna pay you for a sketch anymore. Just make me a cover, and we'll do that. So many years later, tracked down Joe again and got him to do a cover for us. And spectacular, awesome.
One of my favorites, because I love Joe and I love Lady Mechanica too. So I was so excited when you debuted that one. I was like, So.
Oh yes, oh yes. That's one of those bucket lists that I was lucky enough to get. Then we have Colette Turner. This is a horizontal cover, obviously, you can tell. I wanted her to do that sort of wide angle. So it's funny that when you talk to artists, sometimes they don't understand this horizontal idea. They really struggle with it. Like they understand if it's going to be a wraparound cover, but I'm like, no, just turn your paper sideways and then draw it that way.
What?
We're going to put it all on the front cover. And they're like, whoa. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Cause I'm like, well, we've done wraparound covers. We'll still do them, but it started to get into my brain. Like, well, you can only display like one side unless you buy 2 copies. So I just, in my head, I was just like, let's just make this easy on the consumer and say, here's the whole thing. And you can set it up on your shelf and, see the whole thing and you'll be fine.
Ta-da.
Yeah. So we started doing those. They've been popular.
She the one that we met at C2E2?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
we did. Yes. Mm-hmm.
That was fun. You
absolutely.
immediately were like, I like the style.
Yeah. And then we have the original artist. This is Allison Borges. He did this cover actually before we went over to Aspen. So we kind of had this one in our back pocket. I'm trying to look at the date.
We may have some like an
2013.
original print of that hanging in the museum.
Mm-hmm. 2013.
Big
It's a fantastic piece.
Beautiful.
Ceci de la Cruz came in and colored it up. Mombi versus Glinda. It's just sick. Just sick. Love it. Love it.
Yep.
Love it. Love it. Guys, most of that is available. If you need that stuff, most of it is available. Let me know. What I'm about to show you is 0 available. Absolutely 0 available.
Tease.
Yeah, but this is the
Exactly.
tough stuff. This is the stuff.
This
that
is
I
the
don't know
torture
that-
session right here. So,
That's
yeah.
correct. This is the stuff I don't know if Shawnee has this stuff. So we did 3 books that were all printed to order during the campaigns for this thing. I don't remember how we did it. I think they were like stretch goal unlocks or something, but they were only printed during the campaign. So we have Asher B and General Ginger in the mines.
I saw Asher B. I had to get
love
it.
A lot of glare. Sorry, guys, but she's fantastic. She's done amazing work for us. Her color work is spectacular. So this one, let's see. This one, there were 27 of them made.
Yep.
This is before we were doing serial numbers, but we were putting how many we made. Then we had Chris Enott with Princess Langoudier.
Yep.
That's
That's
a good
another one. Yeah, I love that one.
We've got her scarf sort of like
Yep.
hooked to her neck.
Is there a variant of that one?
No.
What? No? Okay.
Only exists like this.
Yep.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm thinking of something. Something similar. Another Langoudier cover. I think it's more cartoony though. Like
All right. Okay.
Might be.
I know there's something else of
Okay.
her that has a variant cover.
Um,
And there were 29.
what do you mean like?
Oh,
What do you
that's-
mean like a
That's
variant
so
cover?
pretty.
Yeah.
Like she has 2 different heads.
Oh yeah, that's from
Yeah.
the most recent
That's
campaign.
yeah.
Yeah. That's where she's holding her head in front of her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's holding 2 different heads. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
You're ahead of us, Allison.
Ahead.
And then this is Jason Metcalf and Mr. Jack Pumpkinhead.
Yep.
This is a crazy intense cover. There's all kinds of stuff going on back in the bar.
You did an amazing job. Yep.
Just nonsense, absolute nonsense. So all of these were printed to order, guys.
There's 28 of
there's
those.
28 of those. Yep. So yeah,
Yeah.
good luck
Like,
finding
I
those.
remember.
I will tell you that I have not one time seen somebody bring this to me at a con. That's how, this is how rare they are. I've
Wow.
never seen one. I have never seen one appear on eBay. I have never seen one appear at a Comic-Con for sale. They are deep in collections. And
I have mine, and they are not leaving my hot, gritty little hands.
And then what is going on? I have 10 people messaging me right now.
was
What
nice.
is happening?
There we go. Yep. And Freddie, too. He's got one of each in his boxes. So Freddie and I are set.
Ugh, nonsense. Okay. All right. And then, so this one is, this was done by Mannix Francisco. This was one that we did. So the idea here was we had, I don't remember which way it went. I think it was Penny happened and then Oz happened like after it. And the idea was if you had backed Penny or Oz or whichever way we went, no, it had to be Penny to Oz, whichever way you went. If you backed both of them, you got that one as like a bonus thank you book. Like just here, thank you for doing both campaigns and you got a bonus book. So Danica versus Dorothy.
Yeah. This one, the Legends of Oz 19 and 20, and then Penny for Your Soul 7.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then, of course, we did do some sketch covers. I don't think I have any more of these guys. I might have a few.
We were selling those for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I maybe, but super low if I've got any. It's only a few left. And then this one was done as the kick or the backer kit exclusive. So when you came on to Backer Kit to do your surveys and stuff, we had no, sorry, this was not that. This, no. This was done for Ostravaganza. This was done right before COVID happened because we were going to have this at the con and then the con got canceled.
Yeah.
That's what this one was. And this is Mike Chrome, and he did the whole thing here. He did all the colors and the whole thing. So this was like a Copic
Mike
thing, but then he kind of went into Photoshop and kind of punched things up and so on.
Yep.
So yeah, there's that was that one. That was that one. So these I still do have.
Okay.
They were numbered to something that was like
164 is what I have on my.
Yeah, I don't
list,
remember.
It could be wrong.
Yeah, that sounds right. But it was that number was picked for a reason. It was like Bomb's birthday or something.
Yeah, because you titled it a happy birthday cover, so it has something to do with that. So yeah, I don't remember the particulars.
Remember if it was like his 164th birthday?
Does Allison know?
I don't remember when he was born. Do you know when he was born?
May 15th.
But like what year?
1856.
1856. So yeah, that would have been 164 years old when this was supposed to drop. Yeah. So there's that. There's that.
Did it with intention.
Yeah. And then of course COVID killed it all. Thanks, COVID. So there you go. So that's 1920, guys. That's 1920. I do have those available as well. Most of what you just saw there, I have. What's up, Jansen? So if there's something that you want there, let me know. I will see what I got for you.
I like the Chrome equals Heartfire. I feel that way too.
Same. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going into issue 21. Okay.
And you did the Emerald editions, right, for 1920?
Yeah. We talked about the foils and stuff last
That's
week.
right. Okay.
So I didn't want to run through those necessarily again, but yeah, there's foils and stuff, and
Sorry.
I don't think we had any.
I had a brain fart.
We did some foils. We did some green emerald editions, and that kind of stuff.
And that's right in the retro foils, and
Yep. So here we go with 20. Whoops! I knocked the phone out of the way.
I do love that one too.
Yep.
There we go. So this is 21. This is now what we call, this is volume 6. This is the Age of Ozma. Ozma is back. We figure out where she was and got through all of that. Carlos Reno came back again for us. He wrapped up 19 and 20. And then we brought the book back, I don't know, about a year or so later to do this whole volume. So this is what you get on the inside. This is Carlos Reno and Gat Melvin on the inside as well. So that's your A cover. Then we got Kendrick Lim, amazing artist Kendrick Lim back in the day. I mean, he was still popular back then too, but he just continues to get more and more popular. So I've talked to him. He's game to do some more stuff for us at some point, but
Oh, cool.
it's just always as usual. It's just a matter of schedule and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Kendrick Lim and General Ginger. Then we have Bun Leung. He's only done a couple of actual covers for us. Most of the time, he does
The sticker.
our
Sticker
magnets and
app.
stickers and stuff.
Yep. Mhm.
Yep. But I was like, so he did one for Ursa Minor, and I was like, you want to do another one? I was like, I got a good one for you. And he said, yeah. So the lion really has not appeared on too many covers as far as like just by himself.
Mhm.
So it was fun to finally get him on his own cover. And I'll tell you this,
I love this cover. It's adorable.
oh yeah, it's great. And I found somebody on Facebook today who was just going through art, and in his art, as he was doing like people stuff, which I really liked, he then had a whole bunch of like animal stuff. And I was like, yo, this looks really good. So we might be able to get him to do some animal stuff, which I think you guys would freak out on because it's really, really good. Then we have, of course, always, Nia Rufino and the Gnome King. Gnome King is out of his prison and in charge of the Emerald City, and things are rough.
Running amok.
That's right. That's right. So there's the Gnome King, Paolo Pantalena, and Glinda's Royal Guard.
Yeah.
Those are the triplets there.
So good.
Yep.
Monty Moore doing, he called this something. He had some kind of a style that he was talking about here with all of the swirling
swirls,
and all of that. I don't remember what he called it, but he did it for somebody else, and I was like, I want that too. And he said, yeah, okay, we can do that. So there's Monty Moore. You guys know him from Coffin Comics, and he does his own stuff, of course, but he does a lot of Lady Death stuff too.
Yep. I don't have it, but I've seen the holofoil for that, and holy crap!
And
the metal just.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Then we have that right back there.
Yep. Bucket list.
Right back there. Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. Joe Chiodo. This was one of his, he started to do some stuff again. But this was one that he did that he hadn't done anything for a while. And I just reached out to him. I was like, cause I saw him posting some like commissions or something. And I was like, you up for covers again? And we talked, and he was like, yeah, okay, we can do that. So, it's a real honest to God painted thing. It's hanging right there. That's the original.
I was going to joke that it looked familiar.
Yeah. It's almost like we copied it from somewhere. Yeah. So Joe Chiodo, fantastic. Unbelievable. Then we have Brian Peterson, who did a 3-piece set for us here. So we have Dorothy Gale, Kansas Country Girl. We have Dorothy Gale, the gunfighter. And we have Dorothy Gale as the Witch of the East and West. Spoiler alert. That is where we're at with her in this story. Once she defeats the Witch of the West, she basically stays and carries the ruby and the onyx bullets and all that kind of stuff. And some of the folks in Oz aren't real happy about that. So that's part of our
I have concerns.
part of our conflict and story and so on. Yep. There we go again. The Witch of the East and West. There is Shannon Mayer.
Yep.
Of course, Shannon was one of those guys that we found back in the day. He did his first ever cover for us. So when we came back to this, I was like, "Hey, let's get you back on that." He was like, "Yeah, cool."
Yep.
So yeah,
I love
He too has
everyone's interpretation of like her outfit.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to make cosplay of every single one.
I know.
What do you
Allison
mean?
Kramer work for
Are-
herself, but don't-
Someday when
what do you mean interpretation?
Like all the costumes are just a little bit different. you know. I just think that it's fun. Everyone has a slightly different idea of what she looks like, and yes, I will be all of them.
Well, you get some artistic interpretation, and I'm generally speaking, I'm okay with that. Like I don't really get too heavy about like make this specific detail every single time on the cover.
Yeah.
You want it on the insides of the book, but
Right.
when we're just kind of doing covers and that sort of thing, I let them kind of do what they want to do. And then we have this cover has been wildly popular for a long time. I just saw him sell one of these on his own. He sold one of his comps, and it went for like $100. People just bidding on it, went for $100. So this is Mike Chrome. This is Nia Rufino. This is unbelievable. The foil of this is even more unbelievable. All the little white stuff just catches the light, and just
Pew, pew, pew.
so we got that one there for you. And then we had Victoria Page doing a little cosplay for us back in the day. So there is a cosplay edition of her from this is issue 21. So that's kind of our system now, is like we'll do a 20-page book and then 2 40-page books. So within 3 issues, you get the equivalent of a 5-issue story arc. And then
Dig in.
There's more.
yeah, I got to go through all these foils and stuff, but we did those last week, so that's fine. Why is this out of order? What is happening? Oh, there we go. Okay,
I don't know, Tom. What is happening?
there we go. I went right by the divider. Okay, so now we're at 22-23. And then last week we showed you 24-25. So this will be the end of this. 22-23, we have Ginger and the Gnome King, of course.
Quick
Carla-
question. Was
Carla Trino,
the
yeah.
Star Wars special not part of, was that 21 or is that another one?
That's 21, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, I was pretty sure we showed that last week.
I don't, if we did, I apologize. I don't remember it, but so.
There is Cecilio Costa. That is our Star Wars Day, our official Star Wars Day cover. We call it
Dorothy
Gale
shot
First.
first.
Yeah, Gale shot first, yeah. It's printed on a nice matte paper, so it really looks like, original art, like line art on the paper. So yeah, very, very cool. Okay, so then there's that. Okay, then we have Nia Rufino and the Gnomes doing the Night of the Living Dead little tribute there. The gnomes coming into the ground. Queen Zixie appears in this story arc as well. So we continue to expand out the story and the characters, and this is also the arc where Beauregard makes an appearance. So we really start to expand out a lot of the world, the characters, the ideas of stuff. Again, like we take it's not really like a one-to-one adaptation what we're doing. We just kind of take like, okay, all of this exists. What piece do we need to use, at this place to tell our story within sort of the basic element of Baum's story? So we kind of use him as the foundation, but we just sort of move the pieces around as needed. So like when we did Ozma and we brought Ozma back, we didn't just do it like it was in the books. I found pieces of story that Baum had created in other stories and said, well, that works for what I need it to do here, which was the Fountain of Truth. So we use that with Ozma, and that's kind of how the whole story is built. It's just sort of, we need this, we need this, we need this. We find it from Baum before we worry about creating it on our own.
Yeah.
At least that's the goal.
Cafeteria Oz.
Yeah. So Queen Zixie. Then we did Keith Garvey here, and there was a special version of that book. If you were to buy just straight out, there was like a package deal. You can buy all the variants. If you bought the package deal, you got the version of this on the front and that on the back. So it's a front and back book. That was the bonus. If you bought all of them, that was tossed into your collection.
Nice.
Is the flip book. Yeah. I do not have flip books, but if you need the regular Garvey, I do have the regular Garvey. Then we have one of my all-time favorites here. It's The Scarecrow by Pedro Perez. Fantastic job.
So cute.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Great job. Love Pedro. He never fails. Then we have Country Girl again. This is Paolo Pantalena.
Yep.
Getting a little, I think this was Nei. Did Nei color
Like,
this?
how did I get all tangled up?
Oh, this was one of those where none of the signatures made it on, which is weird. But it happens. I don't remember if Nei colored this. Oh, it should say on the back. Is it Nei or Chuck? Oh, it's Chuck. Chuck Obach. Yeah, I put the good. I put the information on the back. So this Country Girl, that is Paolo and Chuck Obach. Then we have Ed Benes and Nei. Ed Benes is a big deal over at DC Comics. Well, he's been doing all kinds of comics for forever and ever and ever and ever. Got a chance to have him come over. I was like immediately like, well, we need to have Nei do the colors on that.
I was going to say it's got great colors.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, well, they have worked together over at DC. So I said, okay, we're just gonna put that team up right back together.
Mhm.
Not a problem at all.
The color palette is just it's very evocative. It's a great cover.
She knows what she's doing.
Yep.
She knows what she's doing.
Just a little bit.
I guess she's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, she's okay. And then we did, so Brian Peterson, he's done this twice now. This is called we call this a 360 cover, a Matrix style cover, where basically you have like a pose with three characters, like one angle, and then you turn it, and then you turn it. So you get sort of the same moment in time from three different angles. So we had General Ginger there, and then you can see Glinda and Dorothy in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And then it rotates,
Flip.
and you have Dorothy in front, Glinda and Ginger in the back. And then it flips, and you have Glinda in front, and Ginger and Dorothy in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's that three sets. So the first one he did was for Princesses versus Zombies. Same thing, Mrs. White, Cindy, and Bella Rose, all as a spin around. And then we did another one for Oz.
I mean, it's not quite the same, but to Allison's point too, I love the slightly different artistic rotation of Glinda from Mike's to Brian's.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting. So same pose, same kind of style, but the variations are neat.
Yep.
And each one is great.
Absolutely. Yes.
Let's go right there. All right. And finally,
I get those. I want to get one of those like 3-sided little spinner racks so you can just slide, just spin it.
Yes.
oh no, we did. Never mind. We did 24 and 25. That's it. We're done. We did 24 and 25 last week because I had all of those. So that's no problem. So there's your Oz, guys. There's the primary aspects of Oz right there for you. And now we are going to go into basically some miscellaneous stuff. Some of the books that don't have long runs, miniseries, one-shots, and so on. So this is basically like Antoinette through Camp Crossover. and then next week we'll probably do like Goth Day and Princesses versus Zombies and Lights Camera Jungle, stuff like
Man,
that.
you got a lot of good stuff.
Hmm.
I don't think I can pick a favorite.
I don't believe that.
No, truly. I honestly don't know.
I don't believe that for a second. I know your favorite.
You think you know my
and,
favorite.
and it's fine, but I know your favorite.
Because like
Yeah.
Princess versus Zombies and Antoinette are pretty high up there. So I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about Antoinette. There we go.
It's so cool.
This was a book that I don't know what was going on, but last year, kind of like October, November, December, really into January too. We were selling a ton of this book. Like I wasn't marketing it. I wasn't like talking about it. Like I don't know what was going on, but this and all kinds of critter stuff, and I'm talking about online, like the web store and that kind of stuff. Like I don't know what was happening, but all of the stuff that you're about to see was all just kind of continuously being ordered. And not just by the same person. Like that would be one thing if it was like one guy was collecting it, but it was multiple people buying these books. So this was a book I did with Ryan Kincaid. Basically what happened was he was on Facebook and he made a post about something to the effect of like, okay, I'm doing commissions or something. And tell me like what sort of gender bent covers or gender bent characters you'd want me to do. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I was kind of watching it. And somebody on his post said Headless Horseman. And I was like, stop. Because I had this idea in mind for a while and I hadn't really developed it, but I knew I wanted to do what this was. And so I messaged him and I was like, stop, don't do anything. Let me tell you what this is. And if you're interested in doing it, we can do it together. So I told him and he was like, oh yeah, for sure. So he did a little design, which we turned into a mini print that we called a first appearance print. And we took that to, it debuted at Planet Comic Con, I think. And people were digging on it. And while we were showing that off, we were telling them like, yeah, we're developing this book and so on and so on. But the book itself is, so it's historical fiction, where it's based on the actual transcripts of her trial and execution, which have strange things in them. And that's where the idea for the whole how to do this came was from that. Because there was a moment so for those that don't know, Marie Antoinette got her head cut off. Spoiler alert. And in fact, we do two versions of these covers. We do the regular and we do the headless versions.
Yep.
But on the day that she was beheaded, there was a big crowd. Also, I learned that apparently public executions were like baseball games back in the day where people showed up early. Yep. And they would there were even like knitting clubs where they would just hang out and knit until
they brought the kids
until they started lopping heads off. Like I was like, yo, this is a wild time.
Yeah.
But
that was public entertainment
Because we are messed up.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
Yes.
So then
that is the moral of the story, yes.
Yeah. So then once you got her head cut off, story goes, this is in the transcripts, story goes that 3 girls came out of the crowd and started sort of sopping up her blood that was coming down the big platform, sopping up the blood. And they were sort of whisked away, by whatever security they had or whatever. They're like, no, get out of here. And they were just kind of off into the world. And so I was like, that's it. That's the door. That's the door to tell this story. Is those 3 girls. So that's what this is. It's the story of those 3 girls, what they were doing with the blood, how it all worked out. And that gave us the supernatural ability to, bring her back from the dead and so on. Because I didn't want to just be like, oh, we found your head and we control you with your, like, that's, we've been there, we've done that. Like, let's not worry about that anymore. So we found a different way, and people have enjoyed it, and we have more plans for it. But for right now, there's just the one issue and a bunch of covers. Now, this one only has the one version, a little Futurama homage. This is Jeff Pena. I was like, Jeff, we need a Futurama. He was like, yep, I'm your man, because he loves that stuff. So, yeah. So this one's really cool. I don't have many more of these left either, by the way. I don't have any of this left. Like, I was really genuinely surprised how few of these I had left. Some of this might be a little difficult to see because they're dark, but we got this glare too. But we have Asher B. There we go. We have Asher B. And like I said, we're doing standards and headless versions of them all. You can see it pretty good.
Okay.
And so what we did on these is like the regular editions. So like in this case, there were 200 copies of the regular edition, and they only did half as many as the other version. So there's only 100 of the headless version. Then we had Marta Nael, who is a Magic the Gathering artist. And of course,
I love that painted look.
The headless version as well. Oh yeah, she's legit painted stuff. Like, this is what
and the lighting in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Super dramatic. Somebody had said at VHS earlier, we did an actual VHS cover there for the girls.
Yep.
Jesse Witchman did all of the little stickers and like the wear and tear on the edges and so on. Ryan Kincaid on the art. Then we have Nia Ruffino, who also did just the one version like that. There's no headless version of that. Got nice.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Really nice portrait version.
It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I love the hair.
Yeah.
That hair.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now this is one I'm missing. I don't have the regular edition. I have that at the warehouse, so I'm going to have to get one of those. But there is the headless edition. This is Jesse Witchman doing his thing. And then we have, and so now, this is still 200. So this is Ashley Witter. She really did an amazing job on this.
That's great too.
Just crazy.
I love the shadow effect. That was really.
Yeah.
And then the headless. Yep. Ashley Witter. Then we had Sora Sung. This was Sora's first cover for us.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. Amazing. And the headless edition. So weird. It's just so weird. It's so weird. I told her, I was like, this is like all creepy. Just like the hanging out pose under the guillotine is like, that's so weird.
Yes. But it's perfect. I love it.
But it's good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Shannon Mayer.
The ever popular Shannon Mayer. Yep.
Of course, Shannon Mayer returns, and the headless version.
I love the perspective on that one, on those covers. So.
And I love the slightly modern take on it. The neckline, the hair.
It's definitely not, French Revolution era.
Yeah. Again, artistic interpretation.
But you still know who you're looking at.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Very obviously Marie.
Yep. And then we go back to the French Revolution. Monty Moore with his Art Nouveau style here, and then the headless version. And then we had incredible Tim Vigil.
It's a lot of heads.
It's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Yep.
And the headless edition right there. Just amazing. Amazing. He's one of those guys that I always enjoy working with. He's done, 4 or 5 things for us over the years. and they're always great. So we're missing that Jesse Witchman one. We're missing the CB Zane wrestling one. Again, I don't have many of those left, so I have that in the main warehouse. I'll pull one of those. And then we have the
She
Mike
has
Crone.
a hobby horse.
She does. Yes. Mike Crome, similar to that Oz one, he did all the
Mike
pencils,
Crome.
all the colors.
Yep.
So Copic into
Cheesecake.
Photoshop to do what he wants to do. So this one has been ridiculously popular.
Yep.
So that is Antoinette right there, guys. And
'Cause
then
there's-
we did what we call ghost foils. So you have the head version, the headless version, and then the ghost foils. So these are designed so that the heads on these are, on that really shine from the foil. So there's Monty, and there is Marta, and there is Ryan. There are 18 of these guys. There are 18 total of these, serial numbered 18 of all of those. And then
The ghost
They're-
foils were the ones I was not able to get any of those. So, but they're absolutely amazing.
Yes.
there are 5 Tim Vigils.
Yep.
And there are 5 Nia Rufinos.
Mm.
Now, here's the crazy stuff, guys. These are not for sale. However,
But wait,
I had one of these a number of years ago that was for sale because I had one left. Somebody bought it. Somebody claimed it on a show. When I was doing sorting of all this stuff, I came across it and it had the price tag on it. And I was like, why is this here? I flipped it over, saw the guy's name. I was like, oh, this guy reneged on this cover. If somebody wants a ghost foil Tim Vigil cover, I have one because this guy flaked out. That ghost foil is available. There are 5 in existence. I have one right there. So there's really 4 available. Tim got one. So there's really 3 available to the general public. Now, I don't know what Tim did with his. He may have it. He may have sold it. That I don't know. But to the general public, 3 were made. And I only have one. It's entirely possible the other 2 got put into, because these were part of like mystery envelopes. Like you bought a ghost foil and you got whichever one you got. And these were included. So it's entirely possible that the other 2 ended up in a mystery box. But I don't have them. Good luck. But if you need one, I have one. You can message me and we can talk about how to get it to you.
just one.
Just one.
Just one.
There can only be one.
There can only be one.
Okay. Now we are into, and this is good timing because we're about to launch the next one. Now we are into our anthology books. BD13, BD14, BD15. 15, again, is at the printer. We're just waiting for them to show up, and we'll ship them out to you guys. But the anthology books, this came out for our 13-year anniversary, and I just kind of thought it was a fun play on the PG-13 sort of, movie phrasing. So we did BD-13 anthology. This is a 10-page, or sorry, 3 10-page stories. One is Ursa Minor called Yeehaw Vampires. This is our sort of Dukes of Hazzard meets, vampires and Thelma and Louise. This is the first, and that's their first appearance. First appearance of Jasmine from Princesses versus Zombies. She gets her origin here. And then we have a story from the Critterverse with Slipstream up there. So 3 10-page stories in the BD13 anthology. This was also written by 3 different people. So I wrote the that. Yeehaw Vampires. I wrote that. Stephanie Menard wrote Princesses versus Zombies, and Pat Shand wrote the Slipstream book.
Okay.
So 3 different writers: Carlos Reno, Chow Mahato, Jason Hare did the art. Yeah. So the variants, we do one cover for each of the books or each of the stories with the logos and stuff. People have, we do our variants like Virgin style, no logos and stuff, but we've done some stuff with we had people be like, well, I like the logos on the thing. So I was like, all right. So every now and then we do stuff like this, so you get to use the trade dress. So that's MR Gun and Slipstream. This is Mars Foong and Princesses versus Zombies. This was kind of a weird one to sort of get across, because I wanted to use the idea of the flying carpet with her. So what we did is we put her, and if you get it closer, it's a little easier to see, but around the edges, you can see like a tree and branches and stuff. And so the carpet is tied into the branches, like she's floating above the ground. And then all of the zombies are underneath her, like reaching up to try and get her, but she's flying on the flying carpet. That was sort of the idea. And it took a minute for Mars to kind of lock into what we were trying to do. But we got it done. Looks good.
And it looks great. And once she got the concept, it came together. Yeah. And I imagine people really too, it's hard because you aren't in the same place with these artists too. So you're trying to translate and do this via Facebook email message. So, which is even more fun.
Well, yeah. And when you're dealing with people that are in different countries, different languages and stuff, sometimes the translation just doesn't lock in.
Work right.
Yeah. I was dealing with somebody the other day, and I couldn't get them to understand. Like I had this picture of like these 2 people, and I was like, okay, do this, but turn it around. Like I want to be behind this character, like just turn it around. So I want to be behind this character looking, that way. And they just could not understand like behind the character. I was like, oh my God. So I had to do some sketching and even when I did the sketching, they were like, I'm not understanding this. And I was like, oh no, this is like, this seems so easy to me. Like take this scene and turn it.
Flip it. Exactly.
And do it that way. But we finally got it. And it came out great. So, the struggle is always worth it because we always find a way to get them to understand. And then generally the response is, oh, I got it now.
So, ding, lights are on.
I love this one. Fabio Samau. This is Yeehaw Vampires.
That's a lot of fun.
Dawn and Daisy. So those are your 3 stories in the book. 3 stories in the book are those 3. And then we have our variant covers. Get ready for this series, guys. This is Blue Jay. All of these, again, we had fun with it. We kind of put the little bit of stuff on them there. They all
social media kind of tags,
right. So like supposed to be sort of like movie poster stuff, like the ratings and that sort of thing. And then we had the oopsie version of Blue Jay, and then we have
that's my favorite one.
The start of something that has become a thing. So we call her Moojay. This came about because I discovered that Cow Appreciation Day is a thing. July 6th, I think it is.
I'm going to step away. My dog is like, please let me out. So I'll be back. Keep going.
Okay. So I was like, okay, Brian, we want to do basically the same costume, but some modifications with like the headgear and whatever, and do a cow outfit. And so Moojay was born. And she's been popular. She has returned in the past. This was also the year that Barbie was happening in the theaters. So we also did an alternate coloring version of it, so that we have the Barbie Blue Jay edition.
Are there any more of those?
Well, as far as for sale?
Yes.
Of the Barbie one.
Of the Barbie one.
I don't know. I'll have to look.
If you would look, because that is one I do not have and I would love to have. So
yeah, let me write that down.
And if you don't, that's fine. But
yeah,
I figure this is what the show is for. I'm going to ask.
Yeah. No, absolutely, absolutely. I don't know.
Okay.
Barbie
Blue Jay.
All right, got it. We'll
Cool.
check on
Thank
that, Shawnee. See what we got. But yeah, that was fun. It was a fun series to do.
It's a fun one. Yep.
And then Blue Jay keeps causing trouble. Blue Jay, and so that's the steampunk critter.
Mm-hmm. I love
Blue Jay
the
over there.
critter.
So that is Narcisio Sousa and Elenia DiNapoli on that one. And then we have
one of my favorites.
good old Keith Garvey and the Butts Up cover. I saw this came about because I saw something similar to this. It just popped up. It was on Facebook or whatever, and I was like, okay, I think this works. This is something we can do. And I showed Keith sort of like this, but like we got to make it like fit right and have a little perspective or whatever. And he was like, yeah, that's great. We got it. And it wasn't even, I mean, this is what he does. So, this was not an issue to get that wrapped up. So you've got Critter, you've got Tina, you've got Danica, you've got Cindy, you've got Starlet, you've got Lasso Lass, Starlet and Scarlet right there. So, so that was cool. That was good. And then there are some foils and metals, which I have to make sure I've got all of the versions of it. I don't think I have the metals here, but they're just the same. So you've got the foil Mujay, which is great in foil. You have the foil Butts Up cover. You have, and then we did mystery box. So there's a Marissa Pope catnip cover from the mystery box, but then we had the foil one available just by itself. You can get that on its own. And then we did, so there were 2 retro foils, and one of them I'm missing. I know I have it somewhere, so I'm not concerned, but we did a Critter retro foil, and we did a Penny for Your Soul retro foil. So those are out there as well. And then I do have one metal cover. I know we have more, but I've got that one. I just have to find the rest of them. I think I have a box in the warehouse that has some of my
lurking in a corner somewhere.
That has like my ones. Like I have those set aside.
So yeah,
Blue Jay, a Critter character. She's sort of really on her own. RJ, there hasn't really been a story where she is like in a particular universe. If you held my feet to the fire, we'd probably say yes, that they are sort of in the same
because
thing.
She came about with Camp Crossover, right?
Well, her first appearance in a comic was as Chloe, was in Camp Crossover. Yeah. But Camp Crossover is a non-canon.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it's just a mashup. And so, but I think she does. Yeah. In the Critter universe, in the Critterverse,
her shtick and her sort of surroundings and all of that would easily place her in the Critterverse. It's just not a situation where I have specifically stated we're here. But if you
so RJ, your confusion as to where she fits in is valid. Yeah.
We'll we'll work on that eventually. She does have a story, a backstory to be told that we haven't told yet. And there's future plans with stuff. So, you know, we'll find where she fits. But yeah, I mean, our anything that we do superhero wise is like, it's all sort of Critterverse stuff. How many issues of what, RJ? If we're talking about this, the anthologies, there are 3, 13, 14, and 15. 15 is about to ship to backers in, I don't know, a month or so. And then the BD 16 anthology will be launching in 2.5 weeks on the 28th. And that one will be, instead of 3 different stories, you're going to get it's all Oz for BD 16. I'm not sure if I posted that picture in here. Let me see.
The Ozthology.
Yeah. Well, we can pop it in here because we're talking about these things. So we'll show you what's coming here.
Oh, how many issues of Blue Jay? I don't.
Oh, of Blue Jay. Blue Jay has 1 total story, and you're looking at it right here, right there. 1 total story. Now, again, she does appear in the Camp Crossover books, just sort of as part of the ensemble. When we send them all to
future for kind of a more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So.
Absolutely. Yes. There's more to come. But as far as like an actual story, this is her first like actual in costume story. The only other parts that we have, and we're going to be coming back to this too, is on Patreon. A few years ago when we were doing Patreon, we started doing like a special, like I don't know, you can call it a web comic, whatever you want to call it. The idea is that we were making like social media posts. So in our world, we have this thing called what do we call it? Graham Book. So it's sort of like Instagram and Facebook. It's like Graham Book. And so she uses that. And so the idea is that we were kind of telling her story, her origin story, through these social media posts, because that's sort of part of her shtick. So she's got this social media account, and we were doing original content on Patreon, doing these things. And we're coming back to that, but Carlos Reno was doing it. He was doing all the art for it, but we had to put him on Oz. And so putting him on Oz just slowed all that down and eventually stopped it. So I have a lot of story planned for that. I just have to get somebody to come in and sort of take over the reins of doing all of those Graham Book posts. All right. So let's see, 13, 16. All right. So here is the 16 cover, guys. This is what's coming in a few days or a few weeks. There you go. So the Ozthology. So this is going to have
Allison came back just in time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Whole bunch of characters. Overman Anu is a new character. Renard appears in that. He's a new character. We get to visit the Valley of Voe, which we kind of touched on once way back in issue 1920. We have the Glass Cat, who is sort of figuring out that the Emerald City is no place for somebody made out of glass. And so he has to kind of decide what he's going to do with his life. And then we have the Silver Princess, who is also a new character. But I will tell you that story also leads into a direct reveal of, for the first time, our witch / Peacekeeper of the North. So she has the diamond bullets and guns and all of that. So that story introduces the Silver Princess and the Diamond Peacekeeper. So there's a lot going on in this book, and it is super fun. It was great to do all of this and put all this together. It's mostly done already, so we're going to be moving on this really, really fast. The cover's done by Jason Hare, who's been doing all the other covers, like what we've been showing you. But we did a different design for this since it's all Oz stuff. I wanted to do a different design. And we got all kinds of new artists involved, and it's freaking great. Love that. Really excited to get that on the 28th. Yeah. So BD14, speaking of Oz, also has the first appearance of Allison, not the one on screen, but Allison right there. Allison, this is an Allison Beauregard. So this story, it's kind of like TikTok, the miniseries that we did. It has connections to the very beginning of our Oz and the current position of where we are in Oz. So it stands alone as its own story, but if you read all of Oz, you see where it sits as far as, you know,
kind of a bridge.
Yeah, beginning and ending. Yeah. This also has a steampunk critter story in it, which was great. And it has, like we talked about, it has the Blue Jay story as well. This was written by me for Steampunk Critter. Lori Calcaterra wrote the Allison story, and Barry Dutter, who was an old Marvel writer, wrote the Blue Jay story. So yeah, there we go. And as before, we do our logo covers. So there's CB Zane with Steampunk Critter, and we call her the Clockwork Kitten, and Electric Youth. He's like our speedster guy. Then we had, of course, it's an Oz book, so Nia Rufino appears and does an Allison cover for us.
It's a fun one
with the swirling poker deck. Great. And then we did, since Barry Dutter was our writer, he wrote a book back in the 90s called Nightcat. Some of you may remember as a Joe Gisco cover on it. So we wanted to do sort of an homage to Nightcat with Blue Jay, because that's just, she would do that. She would find the place where Nightcat was posing and go up there and do it herself as well. So we have Blue Jay doing that homage. And then, of course, when you're down on the farm, you just have to make do. And
with Blue Jay stick, it's just
I love
so
that.
Good.
Yep.
So good. Also, it's like Tom knew that I had that costume. I'm offended.
It's kismet.
Then we have Danica. We were getting ready to bring Penny for Your Soul back, so we put Danica on the cover on the poker table there, and this is Zork Marinero, and then there's the Oopsie cover version.
The colors on that hair are great.
I know, isn't that amazing?
He's fantastic. He's a great colorist. He does great art as well.
It's almost like you're literally, it's like a glow in the dark. It just jumps out at you.
Yeah. 100%. Come on. Everything's backwards. There we go. Yeah. Super good.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Super good. Then we had MR Gunn doing the first inaugural 2024 Big Dog Inc. Bikini Team. These were all voted on by our Patreon members who they wanted to put in the team. So
how cute is Catnip?
Oh yeah,
I know.
Love.
Yep.
Oh yes. Super good. MR Gunn. Then we did a mystery box where we added a Cupid cover. This was also for Lollipop Day, so we did a Lollipop Day cover there.
Yep.
With Cupid.
Really cute.
Yeah, it's fun. I love the little tear in the hole in her fishnets.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was not like directed. But
well, I just like it because it's like she's obviously had some fun.
Yes.
Now I'm curious. Because did you ever hear that joke?
Because
why did the chicken cross the road? Because yep. I die whenever that comes up on
the little
TikTok.
Boy.
Yeah.
So cute.
Ridiculous.
It's even better when little kids do jokes like that, because then it's truly funny.
Yes.
Because they're just so darn cute.
Whoops, I'm in the wrong
They're
spot.
tiny dinosaurs.
Exactly.
14 lines So what I'm doing is I'm going to the original line art. Yeah, he did draw it with that hole in it. Okay. That wasn't like a pattern thing that got, kind of dropped in. Because sometimes we do that. Sometimes when we need patterns, we don't necessarily draw them in. We just kind of find something like lace or whatever. We're not going to have people draw the lace and all that kind of thing. But no, he did. He drew those. He drew those in, and then Elenia colored them up, and yeah, there we go.
He made them purposely distressed.
Yes. Yes. And then there's foils. Blue Jay. Moojay. And Zork and Narsilio. And then we did this one. This was a 24-hour cover, Jesse Wichman. This was an art print that he did a long time ago.
Yeah.
That we decided to turn into a fancy cover. So this was actually the first appearance of Allison as far as just art-wise. And since this was her first appearance story-wise, we went ahead and slapped that on there. So.
And since I was not able to get a copy of the print, I managed to snag one of the covers because I was like,
there you go.
I wanted it.
There you go. All right.
Made me happy girl.
Okay. We are now into camp crossover.
Woohoo.
And then we will wrap it up tonight. Dun, dun, dun. So camp crossover was just a weird idea that popped up a long time ago. This is driving me crazy.
It doesn't feel like it was that long.
Well, it was like 6 years ago.
It
was 2020. Yeah. Or 20,
I was going to say, was it 2020?
2021.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking.
Yeah.
We were talking about it in 2020, maybe a little earlier, and then 2021 is when we actually did it. Yeah. So the idea here was, since all of our characters exist like in their own worlds, like Critter and Oz, like we were just talking about, where does Blue Jay and Critter sit? Like Critter and Oz, they're not the same universe. So what we did is we wanted to basically find a way to have some fun and cross over all the characters. Similarly, what we did with Goth Day as well. But in this case, instead of sort of reimagining them into their goth alternatives, this was sort of like treating them like their comic books are sort of like, movies or TV, and we take them out of those environments and just send them all to summer camp. So they are still who they are. Like Dorothy is still Dorothy and so on, but it's that way they can all sort of mingle and hang out and have
the normal hijinks ensue.
Nonsense, nonsense adventures. So the cover here even was just, it was a joke basically. I hadn't told. So Jason Hare does the cover and the insides. And he was working on the inside of the book. I hadn't told him what I wanted for cover yet because I didn't know. And one day he just sent me this sort of rough of this, which, for those that know, this is an homage to the old Meatballs movie with Bill Murray from 1979. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, well, that's the cover. That has to be the cover. And we kind of reworked some of the characters to the ones that I wanted them to be. And then we got our cover. So, yeah. Good old Bill Murray. If you haven't seen Meatballs, do yourself a favor. It kind of bothers me that it's not a 80s movie, but it is 1979. So it's close enough.
It's 80s adjacent. It's just
close enough. Yeah. Again, this is the first appearance of Chloe, Blue Jay. Chloe is her, civilian name. So we have Brian Peterson, who has done 90% of our Blue Jay stuff over the years. Then we have Afriel, our angel, Bill McKay, because, how else do you pick up a tennis ball?
At least in this world, in the Critterverse.
Well, but that's what she would do in Penny for Your Soul too. I mean, if you read Penny and Afriel, that's just who she is.
Well, like you said, all the characters, they are themselves. This is
yes, just within the world of summer camp, basically. Mm-hmm. Then we have we got another horizontal cover here. This was our first pillow fight sort of indicator that became something more down the line. This was just literally Catnip and Tina from Lights Camera Jungle,
Yeah.
doing the pillow fight thing by Carl Liversidge. This is what's his name? Keith Rain doing the Picnic cover with Cindy and Cupid. I love the silence.
Yes. Well, no, it's just all of us. So when you first debuted it and it came out, and it was the suggestive nature of it was just like we were in awe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yep, that is a camp, a summer camp book if there ever was one.
And then from that to Wholesome and Innocent by April Reyna. Little campfire going on. Schoolgirl Critter and Mrs. White there, including her axe in the front, chopping wood. We did do sketch covers as well. Mm-hmm. So if you guys need some sketch covers, I do have some of these. If you need any of the books are very sporadic as to what I have. So hit me up, tell me which ones you need. I will see what I might have, but low quantities, almost gone. And then I only have 2 of the 3, which means I got to go to the warehouse and find the other ones. So we did this with Jim Noble as a crossover event. Like, it wasn't a crossover book, but it was a crossover event. So he did a camp crossover or whatever he named his thing. Mine is camp crossover. But then what we did is we did books where you would buy one from each of us and they would go together. So like this is Schoolgirl and Naomi, the Ursa Minor bear. So this was like a trail running, jogging cover. And then his character was running the other way, away from the bear. So they would connect. And then this is Keith Garvey. So we did a mountain biking one. So we've got Rookie on the mountain bike. And then his cover was over here. Again, they would connect. There was one for Princesses versus Zombies. There was a Mrs. White and a Connecting by Pedro Perez. And then there was a swimming one that Courtney, what's her last name?
Rose.
Courtney Rose. Courtney Rose did. So it was Catnip on my side, like swimming, doing the backstroke, and then his character on the other side, and they would connect. So these were limited to whoever bought them, bought them on the campaign. And then if you did buy both, you also got an actual patch, like you earned the running patch or you earned the swimming patch or, whatever it was. Yeah. So that's what we did with those. So there are 3 other ones that I don't have here, but I have to get them out of the warehouse. And then, we did do some foils. So there's that one. There's that one. There are no medals from this. I got to make sure I've got all the foils because I don't have the McKay. So I gotta figure out all of those things. But I'm pretty sure they're around. Then we did a reprinting of it a year or so later with Marissa Pope. It was the 40th anniversary of Friday the 13th Part 3, which is where the mask was introduced. So we did Cindy, and she's holding the mask with the little kiss on it by Marissa Pope. So there's that one, and then there's a foil version of that 40th anniversary of Friday the 13th. So that is that issue. Then we did, and I don't have the regular one. I got to go find a regular one. This is the water balloon issue. MR Gunn with Polecat on the bike and the foil. And then there's a regular one that has all the logos and stuff on it that I know I've got that one.
I like that hollow foil.
Yeah,
I've got that one. And then we also did the Pillow Fight returned again. So you've got Scarlett and Cindy doing the Pillow Fight, the Virgin Edition, and the foil by Fabio Simao. And then we did our first ever mystery box, and MR Gunn did a Hitchhiking Chloe cover. That's the foil. I need to find a regular edition of that. So I'm kind of hoping that all that stuff is where I think it is, in the warehouse.
We're crossing our fingers.
Yeah. So that was the early camp crossover stuff. It's all that stuff is very just tongue in cheek. It's meant to be like old 80s, 70s summer camp movies.
The story's fun too. It's fun. It's very tongue in cheek, just a lot of humor.
Yeah. And each one is different. Each one kind of focuses on something. And then there's little in jokes that if you've sort of read the books, or if you kind of know Big Dog Inc. or how we do things, like in the water balloon issue, Tomcat is outside and he's got a bucket full of water balloons, and he starts chucking water balloons at the girls, and Critter's one of them. And in the story, I jump in front of Critter so that I get hit with the water balloons, and the other girls are like, what's going on with that? And then I think it's Rookie says, like, yeah, Critter's got special rules that we deal with.
Yes.
So yeah. So
no wet t-shirts for Critter.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. That is correct. So yeah. So we try and have a little fun with it. And then so we did 2 Pillow Fight covers, and then I discovered that Pillow Fight Day was a real thing. Well, real thing. There's all.
It's out there in the world.
Yeah, every day is some sort.
Every day is a national holiday.
That's right,
yes,
of some kind of a thing. And so we started doing this thing that Freddie.
It's all Freddie's fault.
Yeah. Freddie sort of dubbed BDI 365 because we kept doing all these little days of things, and so I was like, okay, Pillow Fight Day. Incidentally, Pillow Fight Day is the first Saturday of April. The first Saturday of April. It's not April 1st. It's the first Saturday of April. Now, when we did it, it happened to have landed on April 1st. So people thought we were joking. But I was like, nope, this is a real thing. It just happens that's what it is.
Yep.
So Pillow Fight Day became a thing. And I wrote this story, but I let the Patreon people decide who was going to be the primary pillow fighters. So they had a
choose your fighters.
That's right.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Yep.
So they had a poll on Patreon to choose, and I gave them
go into battle,
like 10 characters, and I thought I had it pretty cold on who it was going to be. At least one for sure. But I thought I had it pretty cold. I was completely wrong, like 100% wrong. And who was chosen?
And that's where we Patreon always enjoy throwing Tom curveballs.
That's right. Who was chosen? It was Danica and Scheherazade. Of all the characters to be chosen, Danica and Scheherazade are the fighters. So Eisenado Adamar did our covers for this. We have the Pillow Fight Day cover. It is a camp crossover book, but it's a Pillow Fight Day book as well. We did a Virgin edition of that as well. And then we did there were only 2 variants beyond that. And they were just for the participants. We did Danica and a foil, and we did Scheherazade and a foil. And those were printed, really short printed. All of it, not just the foils. Like there's 20 of the foils. And the regulars, they were sold as sets.
Yeah.
50? Oh, that's right. We made 50 sets. That's right.
50 sets.
We made 50 sets. That's correct. We made 50 sets. So if you are interested in a set,
the booty shots.
And the set would be the regular book and Scheherazade and Danica. It would be those 3 books. As I was sorting through all this stuff, there are 3 sets off to the side.
Okay.
So I have 3 sets available. The foils I do not have. The Virgin cover I do not have. But if you want a set, I have 3 sets. And you guys can hit me up.
I love Danica. I love the little tattoos.
Yeah. Also, just trivia note: Camp Crossover #1 is Allison's first appearance.
That's true. It's true. Me as an actual person.
Yes, Allison appears in Camp Crossover multiple times.
And there's like weird Allison-inception. I think.
Allison-inception. I like that. That's really good.
That's good.
Yep. Allison-inception. Mm-hmm. That's really good. That's really good.
It's funny because I was digging through stuff the other day and I found my my whistle for Camp Crossover. You know the Polaroids that we did, or they?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the stretch goals. Yeah,
my whistle. It's my hot moment lifeguarding or whatever.
Yeah. I'm getting some of these ridiculous messages out of the way.
Okay.
Because there's just too many of them. I got a whole bunch of artists messaging me and like, oh my God. Okay, good. There's not 5 more. No. Okay, good. What? Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. It never fails. As soon as they get on a freaking stream, like the whole world just opens up.
Yep.
Okay.
Like, oh, wait, there's Tom.
Couple more and we're done. Yes, Allison appears in this book as well. This was Camp Crossover Presents Video Games Day. So this story was sort of like basically I take the BDI characters to
the arcade.
To the old school 80s arcade, like because they were the story starts with them, they're playing like Nintendo or whatever, you know, whatever video games they're playing Nintendo. And I'm like, you know, you got Space Invaders. It's very National Lampoon's Vacation. You got Space Invaders? No. You got Asteroids? No. So I pack up the clan, including Allison, and we go to a local old school video arcade. And it's sort of just a tribute to that time and that place and that sort of feeling of you know what we were doing there back in the 80s. So it's very fun. And we had Keith Garvey come in and do covers.
And I enjoyed the characters' reactions to some of the games. It was so fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's you know, especially when it's somebody's first time playing some of this stuff. You know, if you're playing, if someone's playing like Ms. Pac-Man for the first time and the ghosts are chasing them, you're going to get those reactions. Eat the ghost, eat the pellet, you know, all that kind of stuff. So,
no, go there.
Right. So all of that kind of plays into it. It's a really fun book. It was really fun to do. And then we did a variant cover where, because we've got Tina, the Jungle Girl, she's now playing Jungle Hunt in the background. That's a real video game, by the way. That was one of my favorites when I was a kid. And then, of course, we did a holofoil of it. I only have the basic book available, and I only have about 10 of these left. So if you want a Video Games Day basic book, that's it. I've got about 10 of those. Then we did 3 variant covers, but they all interconnect.
They connect
to make one big video game scene.
Panorama.
Where they're all playing together. Yeah. This was Brian Peterson. Again, he's done 90% of the Blue Jay stuff. So you've got Gail playing Cowboys of Moo Mesa. She's playing Cowboys of Moo Mesa. You've got Critter there playing Mousetrap. I don't know why she's playing Joust, but she is. And then Catnip is too cool for school, so she's chilling. And this is Ukalik, who was one of the Critter universe characters playing Dragon's Lair, Donkey Kong and stuff. This was a really fun one to put together. This, I think we also did 50 sets.
Yes.
Yeah, 50 sets. I do have some of these sets. We only sell them as sets. So if you want a set of video games, let me know. I can get you a set. There is a foil set as well. I don't have any of those, but we did do a foil set. But if you want the regular, we got you covered. And I have a feeling that set is probably going to become a big old banner for Comic-Con one of these days.
Oh, that would be fun. Yes, absolutely.
Or banners, because it would have to be a couple of them. And then the last thing we're going to do tonight, guys, this is Camp Crossover again, so that's the concept. But we had 3 days that were all in the same month. This was all, I think it was all June. So it started with National Drive-In Day. So that was the idea. We're going to take everybody to the drive-in. Again, just taking these sort of characters that theoretically exist now that hadn't experienced the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, whatever. So we go to the drive-in movie. But it also, June also had Skateboard Day. And it also had something called Catnip Awareness Day. So immediately my brain started creating a stew of, all 3 of these things. Because of course we have a character named Catnip that we want you to be aware of. She could easily be skateboarding. And she could easily skateboard to the drive-in. So, we kind of put all of this together. So we have Blue Jay, Chloe, and Catnip kind of skateboarding around. That's how it kind of starts. They have a plan. They're up to something because they know that we're going. Everybody else is going to the drive-in. So again, me and Allison pack up the crew. Cupid and Gail and whoever else, they get in the family truckster, and we go to the to the drive-in, where extra meta, we watched the movie It's Only an Island If You Look at It from the Water.
Dun dun dun.
Hyper effective marketing and meta use. So this is Mars Foong, Catnip, skateboarding, and the drive-in, and the shark, all in one horizontal cover.
So much going on.
It's almost too much.
Do you have any of those?
I will write it down.
Thank you.
I know that is the one that is mostly gone.
That's what I figured.
Versus the other ones. Where'd my paper go? There it is. So Catnip.
I'm making Tom work.
Catnip drive-in. Okay, let's see what I got there.
Thank you.
This one, I really like this one, but this one might be my favorite. It is Schoolgirl.
Yes.
Doing the skater girl thing and the Napoleon Dynamite tribute. Instead of vote for Pedro, it's vote for Critter. Schoolgirl is Critter's sidekick, so of course it's vote for Critter.
Yes.
MR Gunn on the art, doing awesome job as always. I love that piece a lot. I also like this one. I thought this was kind of, again, we're going back to the flying carpet idea. Doing her flying skateboard routine.
Got nice movement to it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. As you know, Adamar trying to, get the perspective that she's like way up there too. That took a minute. But we got it. So I really like the way that one came out. And then, there we go. Okay.
She's got her little hole in her fishnets too.
Yeah. Well, she's a skater girl. So,
yes.
Stuff is going to happen.
Well, yeah.
And then we have Joel Souza. I love his stuff. Great little cartoon style. That is Gail and Chloe skateboarding down the road, doing their thing. But then we also had, I don't remember if this was like it was day one, 24-hour day. So like we did with that Keith Garvey Oz book, there's also the flip side of the book. And you can see we only did 22 of those.
Yep.
So yeah. So that is Camp Crossover, Skateboard Day, Catnip Awareness Day,
National Drive-In Day,
National Drive-In Day, all in
together.
One fancy book. Incidentally, I'm going to find
suspense.
Incidentally, drawn by Nia Ruffino.
Yay!
All the way through. There's Allison right there.
It looks like me.
Yeah. Drawn and colored insides by, spoiler alert, by Nia Ruffino.
I like the little tease.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to see what happens, you got to read the book.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah. And then, so the only other thing, and this is just out of order, but they're sitting over here and I'll put them in there, is we did a Blue Jay cover.
It's an art book, though, isn't it?
It's an art book on the inside. Yep. It's all art book on the inside. Pinups, covers, and stuff from various BDI properties. But we put Blue Jay on the front. This was where she was kind of, starting to come into her own, and people were starting to figure out who she is. So we've got her here. Now, in this context, it's kind of hard to figure out what's going on. But then we put her in the armor, and this was for the Transformers 35th anniversary, way back in the day. And so again, Starscream is always saying he's the new leader of the Decepticons. So Blue Jay is the new leader of Big Dog Inc. So we have the regular and the Starscream armor. There's 35 of these. 35 of those.
Yep.
So I might have a couple of sets, maybe. Inside, like we said, pinups. Let's see, Nia Ruffino, Tim Vigil, Ryan Kincaid, Eric Basildua, Owen Gianni, CB Zane, Jose Luis, David Fott, Jesse Witchman, Jen Brumall. So all kinds of awesome art on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
We just sell those as sets. We don't break those up. So if you want a set, let me know. And that's it. There we go. That's what we had planned for the evening.
Man.
It works.
Yeah, man.
So many limited pieces.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure. Anybody watching, you got questions, let me know. We can hang out here for a few more minutes. Oh, that's all. Okay, yeah. Yeah. It's stuff everywhere. I got stuff everywhere. So yeah, so that'll clean us up for some of the miscellaneous books. Next week we will probably go through Goth Day, Princesses versus Zombies, Lights Camera Jungle, some side stuff like Ukaleek and Iron Butterfly, and
Nice.
Very cool.
things like that. We're going to try and get a lot of the miscellaneous out of the way before we have to tackle Penny for Your Soul.
Your soul,
'Cause
which is going to be painful.
that's just going to be nightmarish. And we still have Ursa Minor and Scheherazade as well. So
Mhm.
so there's a bunch to do. We'll still be here. Here, let me do this.
Never leaving.
Keeps going on.
Nonstop.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll still be here for the next at least two or 3 weeks, knocking out books. We've just had some people shooting me messages and getting them things that they needed, so that's great. Again, a lot of this stuff I don't have anymore, but if there is something that you see that you want, hit me up, because it ain't going to last forever.
Nope. Very cool. It's fun to go through the checklist and see. It's.
Yeah.
I like it too because it's amazing. I mean, I know obviously, Allison, I know too the breadth that you do, but to see it listed this way, to truly kind of get a feel for just the vast amount of talent and stories and art that's out there. It's pretty incredible. So.
Oh yeah. And there's all kinds of new people getting involved. Like I said, on the BD 16 book, all kinds of new people, all kinds of new characters.
Freddie's right. You need 2 weeks just for Penny.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, at least by that time, it'll all be thinned out. So I know that everything that's left is just Penny, and all I got to do is put it in order. But that's basically why I'm doing it, just to ease of use, to put that stuff away. But this is, this is what's next, everybody. This is what's next.
The 28th.
Hooray!
The 28th. Yeah, the 28th. It'll run about 3 weeks. That'll run us into April, and then
right
May,
after my birthday.
Okay, all right. And then May. Well, everybody give Shawnee money for her birthday so she can spend more money.
I can buy more comics, more BDI stuff.
And then in May, it'll be the final issue of Goth Day, which we can talk a little bit about next week when we do those books. But CB is back on it. He's already got the first roughly half of the book laid out, so he's doing art on that already. Finally getting back to that. We had to skip the last couple of years. So this is finally this issue, Nonconformity. It's not normal. It's not normal.
It's nonconformist.
It's not normal. Yeah. It's not normal. Yes. So it's going to be, it's fun to see him, because he struggled a little bit with some of the layouts that I was trying to give him. Like I was sketching stuff like kind of like this, and
with your stick figures,
sort of like that. Yeah. And he was like, "What are you talking about, man?" I'm like, "Okay, well, we'll try again. But he's got it, and the layouts are done. And I was like, so I told him, like, okay, this is still sort of like the normal book. And then the second half is where we're going to get.
It's going to go off the rails a little bit.
A little more nonconformity for that. So it'll be interesting to write it. It'll be interesting to build it visually. But it will be the last issue of the Goth Day run. And then in 2025, Goth Day rolls around again. We will be doing something for it, but it will be in a different context of what the book is going to be. So I already have that planned out. So as long as all of that works the way, as long as this year just lets me have a year, and things are just get it done.
You ask a lot, Tom.
Yeah, I know. Just give me a year without a problem, man. We'll get through. Everything will be in place, and then next year will be, like I've said before, we're going to focus on Critter a lot. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Where the hell is it? There it is. I do have. Take this down. I do have about 10 copies left of Critter. This is the Comic Signal exclusive, the retailer exclusive, done by Narciso Sousa and Eleni DiNapoli. First full appearance of the new suit. First appearance of the new sort of trade dress that we're going to be doing in 2027. Right there. So if you need one of these, they made 100 of them. This was for their 10-year anniversary last weekend, which I was there for, which was great. It was super awesome. In fact, I came in this week to get, or I guess maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but I came in this week to get books, and I was talking to Don. He owns the place, and we always just talk. He's awesome. He's fantastic. One of the best comic owners I've ever met. But we just talk about stuff, and he's like, "Well, what's going on?" I'm like, "Well, Kickstarters, blah blah blah." And then one of the dudes in the store heard us talking, and he came running over. He's like, "Oh, Kickstarter? You have a Kickstarter happening? What?" And I was like, "Oh yeah. We're doing like Oz next week." And he was like, "Oh, cool. I got all your critters at the event, and they're super cool, and I loved them." And I was like, "Oh, great." And I told him about Oz, and he was like, "Oh, fantastic." So he's ready for all of that. So
awesome.
So yeah, so that's great. It's always good when that stuff happens. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And that's May, and then in June I'm going to see Allison. Extravaganza. I guess we're 95% sure somebody else may be coming.
We're 100%. Oh, you mean which one?
Oh.
The one associated with
Yes.
a big movie, or the one?
No.
Okay.
No.
The one.
The Me Association.
That other one. Okay.
Yeah, the other one. It's about 95%.
It better be 100%.
I understand, but there are still roadblocks, so I'm not going to say anything until the roadblocks are smoothed out.
Beat y'all up.
But we might have.
Don't make Allison mad.
There might be bonus material.
Not on that weekend.
This year.
Exactly.
There might be bonus material that weekend. We'll let you know as soon as it's finalized, but I will be there. And is it the same this year where we're all going to be in Glinda's tent like we were last year? Okay. All right. It's fine. It's fine. I liked it. I thought it worked well. So yeah. That's I don't know. Anybody else got questions or anything? I think I've chatterboxed my way out. I'm still trying to figure out what this West Coast thing is going to be. I may be in Reno. I may not be in Reno. But I am going to San Diego Comic-Con. I will be there regardless of Reno. At least assuming they wrap this up. Like it's freaking me out that I don't have sort of a final whatever I need to do for my pro stuff. I've filled everything out and they're like, yeah, you're good. Cool. And I'm like, yeah, but you haven't like told me. Like,
I feel like they're changing up a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. But I feel like that's 95% yes as well, is going to San Diego Comic-Con. So as soon as I get my official pro badge information, great. I will let you all know and I will be there. But I'm not boothing. I'm just going to go float around and see people I haven't seen in like a decade, and that's it. That's sort of that's most of July, and then we'll be back in August for Oz Part 2 of this year. Will be launching like right before I leave, so like maybe right at the end of June. Or right at the beginning of July. That's when the second Oz thing that we're going to do. So that'll be 26. So that'll be 27, 28. It'll be a 40-page book. We'll be launching that in June, July. And then the last part will be like October, November. So that is the schedule for things as it stands right now.
Just a few things.
Yeah. But I think that's all I got. You guys got anything?
Stuff. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about.
I know you got stuff for that. Yeah, but some of it's been
I have
announced.
a fun other project though too.
Okay. All right.
I just don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it yet. But we will say that it is with the mutual comic book friend.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of exciting.
More things to look forward to. Very cool.
Yes.
So, right.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm cheating on you.
What?
Well, let us know whenever you can let us know. That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't asked if it's something that I'm allowed to
And you want to be
about,
respectful of that, and that's
I
that
figure
works.
I'll just play it safe and wait.
Mm-hmm.
Then it will be the big reveal, and we'll all be super excited. So yes.
Yeah, it was kind of random that they reached out and were like, "Hey, so you want to do this thing?" Like, I could do that. That sounds fun.
Awesome.
Cool.
So yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay.
Fan Expo.
No. I've been to. No, I haven't actually. I haven't been to any fan expos. I've been to them just to roam around, but I haven't actually done any. I know Cleveland is coming up. I don't know if it's this weekend or next weekend.
It's this weekend.
It's this weekend. So Cleveland is this weekend. So that's kind of the only one that I know of that's like sort of close and actually good. MegaCon is a fan expo thing now. Basically, they took over the Wizard shows.
Wizard World, yeah.
Yeah, and then sort of collapsed most of them. But they do San Francisco, they do Cleveland, they do MegaCon, they do Denver, is a Fan Expo show now, which I've kind of heard that's fallen off.
I miss the old school Wizard shows, but
yeah. Well, Wizard became Fan Expo, but then the guys who ran Wizard came back a few years ago, right before COVID, with conventions called ACE conventions.
Yep.
But they were heavy movie star stuff. And I mean like A-list, like, Chris Evans and those kind of guys, like A-list stuff. Yeah. So it was kind of a wonky show to be a vendor at because, this guy's 400 and this guy's 400 and this guy's 400, this guy's 400. I'm like, well, there's no money in this room because right. they're all in line for the A-listers. So it's like, I get it. That's fine. But the vendors were kind of like, why are we here? No one's got money. So it was kind of a combination of that and COVID just sort of collapsed that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Fan Expo is still popping around.
Yeah, they have all the Mummy people going to Cleveland this week.
Oh, okay.
That was a last minute announcement.
Interesting. Like all of them, I
mean, there's like 4 of them.
Brendan Fraser I saw a post on that. Yeah, it was the cast from. Yeah. I thought that was fun.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, there's rumblings that they're doing a 4th, but you never know if that's like real rumblings or like people just like, hey, heard this from
wishful thinking.
Some guy that was, exactly. in the bathroom at Comic-Con, so it must be true. Like,
right. Convention gossip, exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. I find that to be a little hard to believe. Similar to supposedly they've come out and said that Schwarzenegger is going to be in the next Predator in some capacity, and the King Conan is supposedly back in the works. But again, I don't know. I don't know what to do with any of that.
Raise an eyebrow and wait and see.
Right? Yeah, basically, it all just seems like it's too good. And if it's too good, usually it's not anything.
Well,
the whole thing, if it's
even if
too good to be true,
even if they do it, that doesn't mean that it's going to be, like
worthwhile.
Half of the time, you have this nostalgia, and you're like, awesome, the stars are aligned, and the script is crap.
And the reality is,
you can't go back.
No.
Can't go back again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes somebody who really can. I don't know. Because those are really hard because there's so much, I think, expected nostalgia.
Yeah.
That needs to be in it for it to work. Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, if that's all there is, then you haven't moved the story or the IP forward. If you're mired in the nostalgia, so
and you limit your audience because those who are going to go for that and not any, it's.
Mm-hmm. I'm super worried about this Buffy reboot, but
yeah,
I didn't even know there was rumblings of a Buffy reboot. So now
I'm worried too. They're in the midst of it.
Yeah. Okay,
Sarah Michelle Gellar, some photos have dropped, and I'm like, she looks really good.
Yeah, but, that one's real. That one is real.
I believe it. Yeah,
how it's going to turn out.
Well, now I'm concerned too.
Right.
She's in a movie that's coming up, Ready or Not 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She plays basically a lunatic Karen.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's doing lots. I'm proud of her.
Yeah. Well, and more power up to her. That's awesome. I'm happy.
Yeah. Masters of the Universe is I don't know what we're getting on that, man. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. Say that. Cautiously, very cautiously optimistic. But we'll see. I feel like the fanboys are either going to love it or hate it. But then it's really just going to
be a lot of in between. Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to love it or hate it. And then it's just going to be up to the general public. Like, does the general public even know what it is to want to see it? Regardless of whether they like it or not, are they even going to be like, well, I don't know what this is. Like, this is too long ago. It's like the G.I. Joe movies, right? I mean, those were terrible. Those were legitimately terrible. But like, are some of these IPs just like in the wind to,
are they literally past their prime so that
to where you can really bring a big audience in. But at the same time, then you've got Top Gun, right? That did a sequel 38 years later, and it did $1 billion. So I think if it's done right, I think you can have some success. But I don't know, the hyper CGI movie, because this whole thing is CGI. I mean, everything is CGI. I don't know if those are connecting like they used to, it's one thing, like if it's Star Wars, that you have a sort of an evergreen, it's always around property, but Master of the Universe hasn't been a thing like a real thing for quite a while. So even though it looks design wise like they've done their homework, and it looks, it's not that Dolph Lundgren thing that we had in the 80s. It's legitimately
that brings back. Whoo.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna go see it, but
we'll see if it falls on the side of that was new, or if it falls into the Tom hates everything bucket.
The trailer didn't blow me away, but I don't know. It was more like a teaser. So maybe if I get a real trailer, maybe I'll get a better sense of it. But I was like, okay, all right. Can't be maybe it can. I was gonna say it can't be worse than the 3 I've seen so far, but it could be.
Yeah, don't challenge the universe like that.
Could be. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, I think we've done our job.
All right.
Another one done. Check.
That's it. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. I will plan to be back next week for Princesses and Goth Day and whatever I can kind of build up here and get organized for you.
An assortment.
Yeah.
Yes. An assortment.
So you all are welcome to come back. And again, whoever's watching, if you need books, tell me. I will see what we've got for you. The more recent, obviously, the better chance we've got for you. But I might be willing, for the right people, I might be willing to dig into those archived, less than 10s if you're really, really, really desperate. So just let me know, and we'll see you all next Thursday. Bye bye.